It is October 2005, and it is officially time to begin Season 2 of the Charlotte Bobcats expansion franchise. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I have been having so much fun with this series, getting Season 1 over with, and then the playoff sim and the off-season, and just building up this roster. Season 1 was up and down, mostly down, as we finished 33-49, maybe not a terrible first year for an expansion team, but this season gives us a chance to really change things for the better, as we have a serious roster here with the addition of Michael Redd in free agency, a max contract player, has averaged nearly 20 points per game for 2 straight seasons. But we have a really exciting young core behind him, including Andre Iguodala, who jumped up by 6 overall in the offseason and is an 85 at just 21 years old. He has A's and B's pretty much everywhere in his skill set except for the rebounding, which is pretty close. And after an already great rookie year where he won a first-team All-Rookie honor, he could be even greater this year. Mehmet Okur enters year 2 as a Bobcat, year 4 in the NBA, and he had his first 2010 season last season, completely out of nowhere, won most improved player, averaged 5 assists as well. And with Redd in the mix now, Okur's not going to have to do everything on offense anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if he dips under that 20 point per game mark, but hopefully he gets the efficiency in an even better spot. He shot 48%, but only 30 from 3. Hoping to get him some better looks this year. But I can pretty confidently say that this is our big 3. And I'm pretty excited about it. Michael Redd, Andre Iguodala, and Mehmet Okur are the leaders of this team. Deshaun Stevenson, meanwhile, after a 17 point per game season last year, will move to a 6th man role, and he'll be one of the best 6th men in the league, at least scoring-wise. And with that, why don't we take a look at the rotation that I've set up. I had a hard time deciding who I should start at point guard, as I did bring back Steve Blake, and I also brought in the veteran Jeff McInnis. At 32 years old, he's been very consistent in his career. He takes care of the basketball and will be able to bring along our young point guards nicely, such as Beno Udrih. But last year, point guard was definitely a weakness for us. We didn't have a whole lot of playmaking and assist production out of the position. But Steve Blake and Beno Udrih both developed nicely over the offseason, and then McInnis gives us 3 quality options. Of course, our offense is not going to run through these guys, but I trust all 3 of them, and I could see all 3 rotating into the starting spot at some point this season. For now, we're going to go with Steve Blake, though. He just has the most balanced ratings out of all of them. Of course, he's primarily a 3-point shooter, doesn't need the ball a whole lot, but he can also finish inside and score from the mid-range pretty well. And he can also defend, A- perimeter defense. So really not a whole lot of weaknesses in Steve Blake's game, other than the C+ athleticism, but even that's not so bad. Our big 3 will get 35 minutes per game each. Udonis Haslem will continue to start despite the drafting of number 8 pick Andrew Bynum. He'll come off the bench to start his career, but if he makes a strong impression right away, he could move into the starting lineup sooner rather than later. If he does, that would slide Mehmet Okur down to the power forward position, which he is certainly capable of playing. Haslem would then move to the bench. But I think the pairing of Okur and Haslem worked pretty well last year. So in the interest of bringing Bynum along slowly, I think we'll stick with it. Stevenson's going to get starter minutes off the bench, while McInnis, Bynum, Gerald Green, our other first-round pick, and Beno Udrih will also rotate into the game. Honestly, we have a pretty deep roster. Even the guys that are not getting any minutes are still guys that I would trust to put in a pinch if we have an injury or get into foul trouble. Quintel Woods last year had plenty of playing time off the bench, and he was reliable as an athletic 3-and-D wing. Now he's all the way down here getting 0 minutes, and I think that's a testament to how much we've improved this roster in just a short period of time. Pat Garrity also played last year, Danny Fortson. Jermaine Jones really did not play last year, but I mean, just look at his shooting ratings. I think it's pretty easy to see why I kept him around anyway. For some reason, they have not been translating to consistent three-point efficiency, but maybe that's just because of his lack of playing time. But we have a chance to get our season off on the right foot, as we'll take on the Memphis Grizzlies in game number 1, a team that just lost their franchise player, Pau Gasol. He's now on the Washington Wizards, and their best player is Mike Miller, a 25-year-old sharpshooter who averaged 18 points per game last year. Sean Livingston is a 20-year-old point guard for them in his second year after averaging 11 as a rookie. It's pretty impressive to be worse than an expansion team, I'll tell you that. But I think the Grizzlies might have just achieved that. I always like to pay attention to what happens around the league on opening day or opening week. The Suns will raise their second championship banner as they take on the Kings in their opener. They win that by 46 points, my goodness. The Lakers also beat the Clippers in overtime as Kobe goes for 40 points. And Shaquille O'Neal had his Hawks debut, scoring 16 in a win over the 76ers. The Miami Heat, after just one season, looked like they had so much promise. I do think the Hawks are a worse roster than Miami, but they do have a lot of young talent, including Josh Smith, 82 overall sophomore. And if they are able to develop quickly, this could be a playoff team. But we are just about set to see the anticipated debut of Michael Redd as a Charlotte Bobcat and Andrew Bynum coming off the bench. Before we get into the game, let's just take one more close look at Redd's skill set. He's a 3-level scorer, but specializes in catch and shoot threes, A+, so he's one of the very best in the NBA. I can't believe the Bucks let him and Ray Allen go. That's inexcusable. But he's really not much of a playmaker. He only averages 1 to 2 assists per game. But it's not that he can't pass. The playmaking grade is B+. He's got good ball handling. He just prefers to shoot whenever he gets the ball. On defense, he is competent defending inside and outside. Maybe not a superstar on that end, but certainly reliable. He's also a capable rebounder for his position, and 81 speed, not bad at all. Not exactly a vertical athlete, but we don't need him to be because we have Andre Iguodala on the roster. All right, everybody, Season 2 is here. As we start at the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Okur and Lorenzen Wright in the center circle. Wright wins the tip. And we're underway. I guess I'll play the first few possessions at least in this low camera angle here. Kind of an interesting look at things as Okur defends the shot from Livingston and forces the miss. We'll get the ball to Okur on the left side. He'll lob it into the post for Haslam and a split action. Blake not open, but behind the screen pulls up and hits. And the Bobcats have the first points of Season 2. Okay, I couldn't do that anymore. It was way too zoomed in. Back in the normal 2K cam, max zoomed out, max height as Livingston cuts to the rim for the dunk, assisted by Mike Miller. Coming off the screen, Michael Redd knocks down his first shot as a Bobcat. Fitting in nicely. It's Mike Miller driving inside to right. He lays it in over to Bobcats. As Iguodala will meet Mike Miller up top. And now Livingston will fade away. He's never missed a mid-range shot. Mike Miller makes us pay from deep. Wells on the wing into the post. Stromile Swift. He needs some help here. Steve Blake. Oh, he held his own and forced 2 misses. Okur blocked into the second row. Lorenzen Wright with authority. Bonzi Wells to Mike Miller. Catch and shoot. And he fires it in. How are we going to respond? Michael Redd going to try to do something on the wing. Rejects the screen, drives baseline. Now he'll fade away, and he'll get the roll on the fadeaway. Timeout Memphis, as it looks like we're going to get to go to our bench for the first time. 9 points in 6 minutes for the Bobcats. You'd like to see a little bit more than that. But I think this is the time to put in Andrew Bynum off the bench. The rookie making his NBA debut. James Posey is in the game, and he'll step back, go right, get it back. Top of the key three is good. And let's see what we can do to involve our rookie center. Looks like we're going to post him up on the block right away. And he'll put it up right away, get his own rebound, and is fouled on the way back up. Actually, no shooting foul. They say it was on the ground. He'll run the pick and roll with Steve Blake. And he'll take it himself. Steve Blake for two. And Iguodala is rejected from behind. Thought he had an open layup, but not so fast, says James Posey. Open driving lane for Okur. He'll back his man down and rise up. Missed the dunk, but he's fouled by Posey. How can Mehmet Okur improve upon what was a stellar 2005 season? I think the only step for him is to improve the three-point efficiency. That's what we brought him in to do. Wells to Livingston, reverses it home. Michael Redd, and he gets the bucket. They call the block on Bonzi Wells as Redd go to the line for a chance for three the hard way. Michael Redd has 8 points in his first 8 minutes as a Bobcat. Deshaun Stevenson still waiting off the bench. I was planning to have him in by this time, but Redd has just been so good. You gotta ride the hot hand. That shot's good from Lorenzen Wright, and we'll take that opportunity to call timeout and get some more second unit guys in. Into the game comes Gerald Green for the first time, as well as Jeff McGinnis and Deshaun Stevenson, who has changed his number to 92. That's what he wore for the majority of his career, although he started his career as number 2. Haslam back in at power forward. Into the post, and he'll go to the line. Why are they running down screens for Livingston? Like he's actually going to take a three-pointer. He'll go around the screen, and he'll aggressively drive and draw a foul. He's been getting to the free throw line quite a bit here to start. And Stevenson misses both. That was pretty pathetic defense right there. Livingston with an easy layup. Haslam with another post touch, and this time he hits the fade. Andrew Bynum still not very involved so far. He's got 2 rebounds. Now back to Livingston. At the nail, now inside, Swift. Trying to lay it up over the 7'7" wingspan of Bynum. That's not going to happen. Stevenson, open three, buries it. And it's a tie game here in Memphis. Bynum, a little flat-footed on defense, but he recovers for the block. What a play. And it's a 2-for-1 situation. McGinnis takes the screen. Now pivots, puts it up, inside, and drops. Charlotte with the lead. That's a veteran move there from the 32-year-old. And not the angle that he wanted to take the shot at. He'll miss it over the backboard. But so far, so good. Feels like our offense is starting to function more like an actual offense. And part of it is we're getting to the free throw line, although we're missing quite a bit of those free throws. 7 offensive rebounds is certainly encouraging as well. Andre Iguodala back into the game to start the second quarter. And he'll take it downhill for 2. Just so hard to stay in front of Iguodala on those drives. I feel like I'm finally shaking off the rust playing 2K more and more these days. Posey can't drive past Iggy. Almost lost the ball, got it back. Has to pick up his dribble again, puts it up and in. Posey trying to push it. Now Snow inside, Swift converts, and Memphis has the lead. Why don't we get Bynum involved again? Solid screen. And more good defense, but Bynum gets it back and gets his first points. Bynum has been a beast on the boards, I'll give you that. Hasn't done much else today, though. Haslam with a nice little putback, bailing out what was a ugly possession. Bynum 1 for 3 on the day. But he's got his first free throw as Okur checks in. So does Beno Udrih and Michael Redd. Bynum greens the second free throw, and we're up by 2. Iguodala's been great at leaking out in transition, and he'll get 2 free throws. Mike Miller is killing us from beyond the arc. As Udrih snakes the screen, what a move from him. Sticks the pull-up jumper. And he backs it all the way out. Now Posey with Okur draped all over him. He hits it anyway. Couldn't have defended that possession any better. As Okur is going to take it up the court himself, and he lost it. Stolen by Livingston. I was trying to get it to the open man, but couldn't protect the ball as it leads to 2 easy points for Lorenzen Wright. I need to call a timeout here because our offense has looked out of sorts. Redd creates separation, but not enough to get his shot off. Okur spotting up, contested. Not the look we wanted. If they score here, we're going to have to call time. Mike Miller trying to get his shot, but Wells will get it. Grizzlies up by 4, and they are shooting the lights out. Redd tries another fadeaway. That gets the bounce, and Redd has double digits. Redd's going to have to be a lot more than a spot-up shooter, but I would still like to get him more spot-up looks as the season goes on. Right now, he's had to be an exclusively on-ball creator as Sean Livingston gets vertical. Oh, an inaccurate pass could not be handled by Okur. And Livingston will take it all the way inside. Livingston gets right around Okur, and he can't hang with him. That's not who I wanted to pass it to. But an open look for Udonis. You did it. Only 4 assists for the Bobcats, while the Grizzlies have 14. They've assisted on nearly every single one of their baskets. I was hoping to get the ball movement up this year, but so far, these guys still learning to play with each other. Mike Miller again. Miller has taken exclusively 3-pointers today, and he is 4 for 9. It's not what I wanted to do. Open Mike Miller in transition. Easiest layup of his life. Oh, man, I can feel it slipping away. We need something from Mehmet. Only 1 point for our leading scorer last year. There you go, Mehmet. Get to the line, get your rhythm back. He gets both of them. Not had an answer for Sean Livingston. Just the size is too much to handle. He's on fire. Probably got fouled there, but it didn't matter for him. At halftime, we're going to have to figure out a way to defend him. Might have to put Iguodala on him or something. Looks like we're going to have to head to the locker rooms down by 11, at least. As Wells, guarded by Redd, putting a couple moves on him. Redd steals it. And in transition, Stevenson puts it up. No good. Haslam was wide open down low, and Stevenson was already committed to his shot. A missed opportunity there. And it is 52-41 at the half. Was hoping for a more polished showing here with a much better roster in Season 2, but it hasn't really changed anything. And it has been an adjustment process for Mehmet Okur, now being no longer the first option, more like the second or third option. He's going to have to find a way to get more shots. Opening possession of the third quarter goes all the way down to the end of the shot clock, and Blake hits it to put us down 9. I've been very impressed with all the tough shots that Steve Blake has hit. Iguodala staying with Wells. In front of him, he picks up his dribble. Wells out to Miller. Smothered, but rebounded by Wright, and it's a putback. We played great defense on that possession, but we still give up the bucket because we couldn't box out. We're going to see what happens if we put Red on Livingston here, while Steve Blake will take Bonzi Wells. Good job staying in front. Has to give it up. Lorenzen Wright. Lost the ball, puts it up at the end of the shot clock. Another great defensive possession. Now, can we convert it into 2 points on the other end? Blake, inside, Wright stole it. Bad pass. And Wells, bring out the red carpet. He has got an easy dunk. This is not supposed to be a very good defense, and yet we are struggling to get open looks. Haslam misses inside. They are just playing a step quicker than us as Livingston lowers his shoulder and puts it in with the soft touch. Mehmet Okur, he's open from the wing. He drains it. That might be the shot in the arm that this team needs. Red with the little step through, no good. Gets his own rebound, and he'll go to the line. He had a torrid start to the game, but has cooled off since, only shooting 44%. We're still within striking distance, but it just feels like the Grizzlies are on the verge of a major run. Haslam will put up the little baby hook shot with his left, and he's got it to go. Haslam has been one of our best players today with 11 points and 6 boards. Stromile Swift gets a baseline drive. I don't know what Haslam was doing there. Okur on his heels trying to defend Sean Livingston. People forget he was an athlete, man, before he had that catastrophic injury. We cheat to defend Miller's 3, but it doesn't matter. He's seeing over everybody. Red. Come on. He gets blocked. Not even a chance on that shot. Livingston inside, blocked by Okur. Goes right back to Wells. A post fade away. No good, and it's out of bounds. Staying with the Grizzlies. Can't catch a break right now. Bonzi. And one. Alright, we're going to go small here. A never-before-seen lineup with Iguodala at the 5? Okay, I didn't intend for that. I meant for Bynum to come in at the 5. But hey, okay, we'll see how this works for a couple possessions. Red coming around on the floppy action. Can't hit that one. Our three-point luck has not been very fortunate. Lorenzen Wright just beats us to the basket. It is a 16-point hole for Isaiah Thomas and his Bobcats. We've had a couple star players just not really delivering tonight, and one of them has been Andre, as he gets his 6th point. We need somebody to just take over the game. Usually that's Mehmet, but it hasn't been him tonight. Posey. That's too easy. I was trying to get the contest from Bynum, but he just stood there and watched it. Red with the 3. to cut the deficit to 13. Red has 15, and we would be in a whole lot worse of a spot if we didn't have him. Livingston finds an open. Eric Snow. Livingston's been having himself a game. Ha Sung Jin is in the game off the bench, and he dishes to a cutting Eric Snow. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Red, sensing the urgency, he'll draw a foul. He'll miss the free throw. Nice block from Okur. And here is Andrew Bynum drawing a double team out to Jeff McGinnis. He hits it from the right wing. Back down to a 13-point game. Red would like to have him maybe taking a rest right now at the end of the third, but he's had to be in right now. And now Okur, starting to get some rhythm, puts it up on Jeffries, and it drops. Back down to single digits. Get in front of the screen. Posey driving, puts it up. No foul, no basket. And this is a manageable deficit. As long as we stay committed and we don't make stupid plays, we could come back into this game. Okur with some fancy footwork in the post. And we get the fourth quarter started off on a good note. Haslam and Gerald Green are going to check in for short stints here in the fourth. See if Bynum will end up staying in for the quarter. That's good defense. That's why he would be in the game, as Red stopped. They're doubling Haslam a lot. Or Bynum, excuse me, as Bynum grabs the offensive board and throws it away. Should have just went right back up with it. The handoff, James Posey behind the screen. He's got it. That's a deep three for Posey. And cutting inside, Okur. He'll do the same move again, and this time it doesn't work. We got two defenders off their feet with the pump fake. And he steps out of bounds. Turnover by Jeffries as Haslam and Green check in. McGinnis open for three. He's going to launch and hit. 7-point game. Man, back when I was playing the end of Season 1, we just looked incompetent in the second halves of games whenever I would jump in. But this is starting to feel a little bit less unnatural. I'm getting used to this team more. And hopefully we can start winning some ball games. Down the floor, Gerald Green misses the layup. Bell spots up. Rebound Bynum. And Green, foot inside the line. He knocks it down. 2 is better than 3, I guess. Getting better at defending those down screens. I spoke too soon. Wide open, James Posey. Oh my goodness, it's the same play every time. No creativity here. Gerald Green tries another jumper. Clangs off. Gotta stay in the game. Ha Sung Jin. Staring down Udonis Haslam. He'll put it on the floor and drive and lay it in. Ha Sung Jin. How are we letting him score? I think Haslam needs to come out. Iguodala, please save us. It is a moving screen on Andrew Bynum. He can't believe it. Oh my goodness. Can we hold just long enough so Red can come back in? Okur is getting ready to check in. They missed the 3. It's Jeff McInnes with the board. Deshaun Stevenson with a killer crossover. Oh, you got to go up with the shot right there. Mike Miller, wide open. He knocks it down. Deshaun Stevenson got the yips on that play. He had an open look. He didn't realize it was going to be that open, I guess. Initial play doesn't work. We go to the pick and roll. McGinnis drops it off. Bynum with 2 hands. Chris Jeffries attempts a 3 in the face of Bynum. No good. Running the floor. Bynum inside with another punch. That's what we drafted him for. He's making an impact on both ends and keeping us in this ball game. Miller will launch and hit with Green right in his face. They are making it rain from deep. And that's their identity this season with no Pau Gasol. It's pretty much all they have. Iguodala, nothing there. As he'll get... Thought he'll get a screen. Here we go. Iguodala, pump fakes, puts it up, and in! Miller again. Oh, thank God. Little hesitation move from Iguodala, puts it up. Fouled by Jeffries. We're going to get our starters back in, minus Haslam. Bynum will stay in the game. Steve Blake has not played a whole lot despite starting at point guard. He's at 100% energy, and we got to have that free throw there. What was that? Michael Redd lost it. Livingston trying to take advantage. He does. Oh, come on. Thought we had space for the 3. That was embarrassing. Reverses to Livingston. Okur stays in front. Contested shot. No good. And we're off and running. Okur tries a 3. No good. Bynum under there and gets it in. A double-double in Andrew Bynum's NBA debut. And they get 2 easy points on the other end. They caught Bynum sleeping. Miller way too open. Have to hold my breath every time he comes off of one of those pin downs. Red, Bynum, pick and roll. That's inexcusable. Back to Wells. 5 on the shot clock. Miller. Over Bynum. No way! Mike Miller with 26. As Okur will try to get momentum back. Fadeaway jumper. Got it. Gets past half court. Breaks the full court press. Here's Wells. Lost it. Coming away with it, Michael Redd. Down the floor to a trailing Bynum. We've trailed ever since the beginning of the second. Livingston to Miller. We're keyed in on him and missing the floater right. Now down the court, it's Redd crossing over, getting around Livingston, double clutching, and foul. This offense has been less than the sum of its parts today. No one has truly had a great night. Michael Redd has been the closest thing to that, but even he's shooting 38%. He gets both free throws. We need a stop. More than ever. Bonzi Wells. We're giving him some space. He's going to drive downhill. Euro step. Oh my goodness. He's got another one. Redd around the baseline. Puts it up. And we get 2 free throws out of that. Need to start calling my timeouts more. Need a better plan in situations like these. Missed free throw from Michael Redd. Down by 7. Might be time to start fouling soon. Wells took that too early in the shot clock, giving us an outside shot here. Okur spins and puts it in. We're going to press. Oh my goodness! Did we just get the ball? Mehmet Okur may have just got us back into this game with a great defensive play, deflecting the inbound pass right back to Swift. First of all, he hits an incredible shot spinning to his right on the baseline. And then he gets right back into the play as Swift, going along the baseline, throws it right into the hands of Okur. And then Swift was touching it while he still had a foot out of bounds. And we have the ball. It's a must-score situation. Red tries a three, rattles out. That was our chance right there. I think we might have just lost all hope. And that'll be a foul, sending Swift to the line. Good on the first and the second. And we absolutely need a three-pointer here. It'll be Gerald Green taking it. No way! Gerald Green came off the bench and drained it to put us down by 4. And now we foul Livingston. And of course, he's going to knock down both. Killer from the mid-range. He's got him. 6-point game. It'll take a couple threes. Will Green hit it again? He does not. And we can just let them dribble it out at this point. Well, a much better effort than we are used to seeing from this team, at least when I play a full game with them. I'm used to losing by 20 points. We lose by 6 to a team that we should really be way better than, if I'm being honest. We have an actual scorer on this team, and we don't know what to do with it. Michael Redd just did not get enough open looks all game long. We're going to have to figure out how to incorporate him into the offense better. But in his Bobcats debut, he goes 5 for 14 from the field, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 19 points in a game-high 36 minutes. Mehmet Okur did come alive in the second half, finishing with 16. And I'm pretty happy with what we've seen from Andrew Bynum so far. It took him a little bit to get adjusted to the game, but once he did, he was a force on both ends. It was a clunker from Deshaun Stevenson. Usually we get more of a scoring punch from him, but he's still adjusting to seeing his role taken by Michael Redd. Meanwhile, Mike Miller goes 8 for 17 from 3. He was absolutely feeling it. They took 31 three-pointers. We just couldn't find a way to run them off the three-point line. A sobering first game of Season 2, showing us that we still have a ways to go. Our next game is going to be our home opener, where we take on Paul Pierce and the Boston Celtics. Boston did not make any notable moves over the offseason. It's still Paul Pierce and pretty much nobody else. Even Jameer Nelson, their sophomore point guard, is hurt right now. So Marcus Banks starts at point guard. They've got Kendrick Perkins. Channing Frye was their draft pick. And despite having a terrible team around him, Paul Pierce is still the 3rd highest rated player in the entire NBA at 96. Andre Iguodala is going to have a tough defensive assignment tonight. But since it's our home opener, figured I would jump into this one as well as we unveil the brand new Charlotte Bobcats arena. The Charlotte Coliseum from last year was torn down and replaced by an all-new stadium, and these home fans will get their first taste of Michael Redd. And we are underway from Charlotte for the first time in Season 2. How can we make this offense operate more smoothly? We need more decisive play calling. That's an open look. Michael Redd gets us started with a miss. Davis, corner 3, sticks it. Why can't we ever get shots like that? Blake crossing over. He's got an open look from the mid-range, and it rattles in. Paul Pierce. You got to figure out a way to defend those screens better. He was way too open. Redd puts it up aggressively. He'll earn free throws. We're going to see what happens if we switch all off-ball screens. Let's see how this switch defense works. I know the AI defenders in 2K are oftentimes a little bit late to switch, which makes switching a little bit not viable at times, but that was a good possession there. Redd with the pound cross. Puts it up on the turnaround. Nothing doing. Challenging myself to play faster here in this game. Our offense really suffers when we get to the end of the shot clock as Pierce with a dominant move. Steve Blake tried to take a charge. He was in the restricted area. Iguodala to the rack. Nice take from him. Steve Blake turns a corner. Didn't know he had that in him. He rises up for the one-hand jam. Nice little cut from Haslam. And Steve Blake finds him on time. Hand off, Iguodala, 3, no good. Okur wrestles it down. And a fresh 24. Putting it up and in is Okur on the second chance opportunity that he created. Ricky Davis with a nice little take. So far, we've been competitive with Boston. You know, last year, if the opposing team had a player of Paul Pierce's caliber, anytime the opposing team had a superstar, we'd just be completely out of the game by halftime. But hoping for that not to be the case this year. Ricky Davis again. Haven't made any substitutions yet. Okur will try an open long bomb. He's got it to go. Not sure we've had a 10-point lead in any of my played games this entire series. Nice shot from Ricky Davis. He's had quite the opening to this game. Let's get Andrew Bynum a post-up here on Kendrick Perkins. All right, maybe not the spin move. Oh, and one. Andrew Bynum with a circus shot. That post-up didn't start off very pretty. Might not want to do spin moves with Bynum going forward, but he gets the three-point play. Ricky Davis, no answer for him so far. Kelvin Cotto with the follow. Bynum running the floor to an open Iguodala. This time he has the three. Oh, a moving screen. Andrew Bynum gets called for it again. Channing Frye, in off the bench, immediately knocks down a three. Iguodala ties it up, going 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Iguodala's played the entire first quarter. I think it's about time to give him a rest. Red will come back in. Okur will come back in. Andrew Bynum. Nice job running the floor. He's been money from the free throw line so far. Inside, Channing Frye puts it up over Bynum and in. Open three, Mamet. Can't knock it down. And now the Celtics have the last shots. Oh, what a pass to the corner. No good. And the follow also no good. We are knotted up at 26 heading into quarter number 2. All right, we're going to simcast the second quarter. Off to a even start. Up by 3 with 2 minutes left. Still no money over 10 points. Andrew Bynum making an impact. Michael Redd 2 of 6. Meanwhile, Ricky Davis has 12. Paul Pierce has just 5. Low scoring game so far. And we take control. And we're going to take this all the way to the fourth quarter. And we are building a nice little lead here. Up by 11 after winning the third quarter by 7. Michael Redd has come alive with 17 in the game. Iguodala, 3 of 10, but has gotten to the free throw line. I think we're going to have to figure out a way to get Bynum back on the floor here in the fourth. Not the best game from Mamet Okur. Here we go, a chance to get our first win of Season 2. I think it would be pretty embarrassing if we blow this. Welch out there with Frye. No Paul Pierce. And the hook shot gets the roll from Channing Frye. Stevenson will try again. And gets it to go. We're up by 12. And nigh in the middle of the floor. Luke Walton, what a dime. Inside to Kelvin Cato. Guess I've been saying his name wrong. Luke Walton. We'll give him that shot. Great outlet pass. Michael Redd drops it off. Stevenson running the break. That was a beautiful fast break executed by Charlotte. Bynum guarding Frye. In the post. Staying in front. He tries the long hook shot. It is rebounded by Charlotte. And no one can stay in front of Gerald Green. Oh my goodness. He's going to be a human highlight reel this season. I can just sense it. Just look at him take off. Nearly takes it coast to coast. Catches the defense flat-footed, and he gets some style points. McGinnis can't intercept the pass. Strong screen from Cato. Now Welch weaving at the rim. He gets it to go. All right, he has the defense scared. Green, not the shot we wanted. Green's going to come out. Iguodala's going to come back in, even though he's dead tired. Welch. Not getting much space on McGinnis, but he rises up for the three anyway. Oh, there's someone on the Celtics who just went down as Stevenson hits the three. That's Rafe LaFrentz. That's right, he was running full speed into the screen from Michael Redd, who just stood there like a brick wall. Okay, it's not LaFrentz, it's actually Russian power forward Victor Kriapa. Iguodala is still waiting to check in. They didn't let us get our subs. Bynum fouled Frye. And we finally get those subs in now. Let's call a timeout, since Iguodala needs a rest still. 10-point game with 8 minutes to go. We can't mess this up, guys. We need to win this game. Stevenson, good. He's been one of our best players today. 19 off the bench. Something we sorely needed in the Memphis game and did not get. Marcus Banks cannot answer. Bynum just sheds his man and gets a wide open dunk. He is really dangerous out of the post. 15-point game. Davis cuts it to 12. Paul Pierce missed the three. It's been a quiet day for him. As Bynum will take it down low, inside, just overpowering Kendrick Perkins, who's not a small man himself. Rafe LaFrentz drives baseline, and that was too easy. Michael Redd can't get open, but now takes it into the mid-range, gives it to an open Okur, tries the jumper, and he's got it. Ricky Davis with the nice little dribble pull-up. Open, Redd knocks it down. 20 points for Michael Redd. Good job staying in front, defending the drive, and then Bynum finishes off the possession. Redd denied on his drive attempt. Back out and stolen. Paul Pierce with the interception and the dunk on the other end. Oh, a nasty screen there from Perkins. Freed his guard up for an easy basket, but could not convert. Redd going baseline and rising up for the slam. The fans are on their feet. Could we be headed towards our first win of Season 2? Marcus Banks hits the shot. Risky inbounds pass, but we break the press easily. Bynum may have just put the nail in the coffin. It's a 15-point game with 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. Ricky Davis, they need a bucket now. He's isolating on Deshaun Stevenson. Stevenson got his hand in there, fouled him, and Davis scores. Ricky Davis with 26. And we're in no rush to score here. Okur inside on LaFrance. Pump fakes, draws a foul. Another uncharacteristically inefficient game from Okur. Only makes one free throw as Paul Pierce goes to the rim with reckless abandon. Foul on Iguodala. Missed the first. Hasn't been a great game for Pierce either. Okur just gonna take it coast to coast. Nearly lost the ball. Now puts it up. No good. But I'd like to see him hold the ball for a little longer there. Pierce, step back, Jay, got it. It is a 10-point game. Feed inside, Bynum is blocked by Pierce. Even if we win, hasn't been great execution down the stretch as Pierce knocks it down. It is an 8-point game. Well, still not the way I would have liked to play down the stretch, but it was good enough to hold on for an 8-point victory. And your Charlotte Bobcats are 1-1 to start in 2005. Final box score led by Michael Redd, who gets his first 20-point game as a Bobcat. Another encouraging game from Andrew Bynum, and I think he might need to start after a performance like this. Haslam did have 15 boards, but only 5 points. Bynum just seems like a much more high-impact player. Deshaun Stevenson comes alive with 5 3-pointers. Not the start you want to see from Andre, shooting 31% in 2 games. And Okur has not been much better. We'll finish off this episode by simulating to maybe midway through November. But we'll stick with the same rotation here against the Clippers. We'll see what happens in a simcast game. And we did not look great against LA. We had a good fourth quarter, though, but it was too little too late. Encouraging game from Andre Iguodala, despite going 0 for 4 from deep. Michael Redd fouled out after 27 minutes of play. Mehmet Okur, again, did not have his shot working, but had 7 assists and 2 blocks. Clippers are a very good team. They start the year 3-1. And now, the reigning Eastern Conference champion, Washington Wizards. How do we fare against them now that they have Pau Gasol? And we're up by 12 in the third. Trying to mount a comeback. They are outscoring us in the second half. But I don't think they're going to be able to come all the way back. Oh boy, 5-point game. We hold on to win by 5 points. Mehmet Okur has his best game of the young season, while Redd has 5 steals, 3 3-pointers. Gilbert Arenas and Pau Gasol combined for 33. Arenas had 8 turnovers, though. That's not a recipe for success. The Wizards start the year 1-2. Now we face the Sonics. We lose to them. And we lose to the Pacers as Beno Udrih must have had a bad pregame meal. And he is out with food poisoning for the time being. And that just frees up more minutes for Jeff McInnis, who is averaging 9 points on incredible efficiency. I think he needs to be starting over Steve Blake, if we're being honest. At least for the time being. Jeff McInnis will get 30 minutes as a starter. Andrew Bynum, in a couple simulated games, has put up these following stat lines. No double-doubles, and he's been less effective as a rebounder, but still by no means a bad center. I do think he deserves to start over Haslam, who has been even more ineffective to start the year. That's just not starter numbers. Not that Haslam's going to get no minutes at all, but Bynum's going to get 25, and Okur will officially slide down to the 4. Gerald Green, meanwhile, has been solid in about 10 minutes per game. If you stretch that out to 36 minutes, he's scoring 20 a game. Deshaun Stevenson has really struggled to score inside the arc. He's been on fire from outside, but maybe we should take away a little bit of his minutes and give them to Green while he is hot from all 3 levels. Now we'll get into a Simcast game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they get the 16-point victory. LeBron James, 33, 8, and 9. His brand new point guard Nate Robinson had a good game, I believe off the bench. And Michael Redd goes for 29 points. Gerald Green, in his first game with extended playing time, has 14, second on the team. Oh wow, it looks like the Nuggets want Deshaun Stevenson and they're willing to give us Raja Bell and a 2008 lottery-protected first-round pick. I might have to consider this here. Raja Bell was a guy I was considering signing in that inaugural offseason. I had a choice between Stevenson and Bell, and I chose Stevenson. I won't say that I regretted that decision, as Stevenson was a quality player for us. But Bell does not demand the ball as much. He is a prototypical 3-and-D wing. He's got a little bit more veteran experience. He's a very good defender at A perimeter, C+ post. He's athletic, and we'd be getting a lottery-protected first-round pick in 2008. I would imagine the Nuggets will be good enough by that point, if they keep Carmelo, that I think we'll probably end up getting that first-round pick. I'm not ready to be wheeling and dealing just a few games into the season, but I will keep this offer very much in consideration. The Atlanta Hawks are 6-3. Shaquille O'Neal is averaging 19 points per game, shooting 63%, an upgrade over his days in Miami. And we go on the road in Atlanta, take a halftime lead. Not a very large one, as Atlanta comes back in the third to tie it up. But we pull away in the fourth with a great quarter, holding the Hawks to 27 points, scoring 40. Michael Redd with another 29-point performance. Okur getting back on track, 4 blocks. And Bynum, in just his second start, goes for 18 and 5. His first start, he had 6 and 10. Beno Udrih has recovered from his food poisoning after missing 2 games. Here are his stats so far. He did have a good game against the Clippers, 14 in 10 minutes. I think he deserves to get back into the rotation in some way, shape, or form. Haslam has not been playing very well, neither has Stevenson, so we're bumping down their minutes, while Udrih will get 10. Going up against Kobe and the Lakers, we get a 15-point win, holding Kobe to 15, 7, and 8. And Michael Redd is really finding his groove here, 6 for 6 from deep. And Mehmet Okur back to his old 2010 ways, 23, 11, and 6. The Pistons at just 5 and 3, they get the victory, putting up a $139 on us. Chauncey Billups with a 30-point double-double. Good game from Iguodala. And we'll simulate all the way through this week here in November. The Knicks have not done a good job putting together a roster around Vince Carter and Dwight Howard. They do have Darren Williams, who has 12 points so far in the third quarter. Knicks making a late surge, but it's not enough. Bobcats win by 9. Okur, 29 points. And this is all happening after he switched back to the power forward position. Okur and Bynum might be a great pairing. Bynum also with a 20-point double-double. By far the best game of his young career, 9 of 11 from the field. Very excited about the future of those two playing together. 5 and 6, much better start than last year. Now taking on Kevin Garnett and the Timberwolves on the road. We're hanging in there, down by 9. We are knocking on the door, tying it up with 1:16 to go. It was Mehmet Okur, who has another 20-point outing. All right, let's finish this one off. Our first jump in of the season. He's exhausted. Mehmet Okur misses the free throw. Not out of the woods. Cassell, nice drive, but too strong on the finish. We have 1 timeout left. Okur, oh boy, He's got a size mismatch. You put it up and in. Over Sam Cassell. It is 100-96. I did not choose this lineup. Oh, McGinnis with the steal. McGinnis down the court. Lays it up. Oh, he missed it. I thought that was a gimme. Come on, Jeff. Now, Wally Zerbiak inside. Puts it in. I thought that was a guaranteed 2 points for Jeff McGinnis. Coming out of absolutely nowhere, Sam Cassell deters that layup. Kevin Garnett is not in the game, and that's because he has a pinched nerve in the back, out 4 to 6 weeks. We should win this game. And we go up by 2 possessions. Well, without Kevin Garnett, this is Monte Ellis's team, the rookie that they picked, I believe, 10th in the draft. And you would think this ball is going his way. It could also go to Wally Zerbiak. They give it to Wally. Shot clock off. Zerbiak inside to Jorge Garbajosa. Gets his own rebound. Cassell, a 3. Cannot hit it. Mehmet Okur with a chance to seal this victory and go to 500. Missed that one. Okur hits 1 of 2. And the Timberwolves out of timeouts. Sam Cassell to Garbajosa. The 3 rattles in. 2-point game, and we are going to have to hit 2 more clutch free throws. And we'll put it in the hands of Steve Blake. Has not had a great game. It's the first. And this to make it a 2-possession game. 4-point lead with 3 seconds to go. No timeouts. Cassell misses the heave. And the Charlotte Bobcats are 6-6. Well, I can't exactly give this team too much props for beating a Timberwolves team without Kevin Garnett. But they hold on behind another fantastic performance from Okur. He is finding his rhythm again. Nearly at 20 points per game again, and the 3-point efficiency is better. The blocks per game are also significantly better. And we will play the Celtics one more time to see if we can get above 500 to end the episode. I don't know, not a good first quarter. But in the third, we go on a 29-14 run. Andrew Bynum is doing it again. Paul Pierce is not getting much help here. 28 points, no one else over 10. And this is going down to the wire. Back and forth we go. Final minute. Uh-oh. All right, we cut it to 2 with a Beno Udrih jump shot. Why is he in the game? I have no idea. But we're just going to simulate this thing out, and we cannot score at all after that. 106-102, the final score. And it was a weird day for the offense. No one gets over 15. We had 6 players with 10 or more. Paul Pierce finishes with 31 points. But that's going to be where we leave off in this episode, 6-7. And we are still the 19th ranked team in the power rankings. Nothing has changed yet. Checking out the Eastern Conference standings, the Pistons are on top at 9-3. The Celtics behind Paul Pierce, 8-4. And there is a lot of teams at or near 500, near the bottom of those playoff standings. The Wizards are 6-6. A little bit of a disappointment from them after they certainly upgraded their roster in the offseason. The Nets are 6-6. Maybe the Cavs end up going on a run and taking the top seed. They're certainly within reach of doing that. But even though we're out of the playoff picture right now, we're just 3.5 games out of the top seed. And anything can happen here with a team this young, this talented. And it seems like we are finally learning how to win close games, as we have had a solid month of November. And next episode, we'll hope to close that out strong and hopefully get to the new year. But hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay here to start Season 2. these are the stats so far that I will leave you with. And I would appreciate any support you guys could give me on the channel, whether it's a comment with some feedback, a like on the video, subscription to the channel, turning post notifications on, or recommending me to a friend. I appreciate all of it, and I can't wait to give you guys more Bobcats franchise as soon as I can. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.